Okay, that is what the hip hinge. Now the problem is what happens with most people when they're working this. We did this last time, but I'm going to go ahead and pick it up again just because we kind of rushed through everything. So we're going to need, again, one focus glove per 2 people, partnership or whatever. And the way we've been working the hook kick, now there's obviously different ways to kick depending on range or intent, whether it's intercepting or moving forward. This is what I call the full range or full power hook kick. So I mean, I'm not to say that other people that do it differently are wrong, it's just different. So on your right hand, if you will. Are you going to kick right? You're going to be right kicking.
Yeah.
Okay. When we do the hook kick, what I've seen a lot, especially when we do it about waist height, what we see a lot is even with JKD guys, is for speed and directness, there's kind of this feel where the hip doesn't turn over, and it almost, it looks good in sparring, but then you think, well, how much more power could I add if this was a straight fight? And it comes up and kind of comes back down again. The pendulum is fine and all that. But what you're not getting is the power. And again, why throw a kick out there, especially with all the people that are working on grabbing your foot and this and that, if you're not really going to cause some rib cracking or something. So this is the way we do this. Just hold a little lower so I don't hit your just like that. My foot a little bit. Okay, so when we do the footwork, you'll notice my hip turns over. Okay, so this is okay. Let me just do it at kind of half speed because I haven't really warmed up.
This is the full commitment.
This is the full.
And also what's called.
I don't want to hold your hand.
Okay, that is what the hip hinge. Now the problem is what happens with most people when they're working this is they're trying to think about the pendulum, trying to think about getting the hip over, trying to think about the timing and the replacement. So what we do is we have what's called a half drill.
Do one more kick like that. Now watch how everything just rolls, all coordinated. Okay, you should be able to get a lot of power out of your front leg.
Yeah. Okay, so what we have is the half drill, which just teaches how to get power from the hip turn and the foot rotation. If you'll notice as I land, my standing foot, the heel is pointed. If you look at any pictures of Bruce Lee doing this kick, or any of these lead leg kicks for the most part, the standing heel is pointed at the target. What you can't get from photos is when the heel turned. Do I just step in and kick? No. That is actually what helps to drive the hip across the target. If you've seen a Muay Thai kick or a JKD rear hook kick, which are very similar, there's the stepping, there's the quick whipping of the heel, which drives the hip and the leg across the center, which creates the power. It's the same basic idea, except for we're not going to take the time to get intercepted by quick switching, right? We're just going to pendulum straight up the line and turn it over. So back to the half drill. The half drill is going to teach the power part of it. If you can get this on one foot, then it's very easy to add the footwork. Well, sort of, somewhat, kind of. Okay, it's not very easy.
That's rich.
Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to stand on one foot. Now, it's not a balance drill if you have trouble holding your balance. You just have to do the drill on one foot. So if you have to touch, wait, ready to go, okay, lift. Just don't use the ground to push off from, for now. Perfectly acceptable in a fight. That's kind of the point, is we want to get it just from the hip, and then you can add the rest and get more. So I'm going to lift. Okay. So if I can get power from the hip, just on one foot, that means that I should be able to get it with the footwork. So you notice the timing of the foot turn, the heel snap. As I start to whip the hip over, the standing heel drives the hip into alignment. My kicking knee is slightly past center, so that I have a little bit of dig into the kick. And then we do the kick fully. You're counter-rotating back into the full pendulum. Okay. But just do it on one foot for now. So all you're trying to get is that little pop there. Okay? The benefit, besides just isolating the hip turn, for doing this way, is if you get jammed or stop kicking,
bam, like that.
Yeah, so let's say I'm coming up and kick and he stop kicks me. I can still get full power, or close to full power off of that, without having to set my foot down, and do the whole thing over again. So yeah, or if somebody starts to block,
because
because the heel is turning in time, the hip is into it. And you know, you see blood and mouth guards and teeth stuff flying out. It's pretty sick. So that's kind of the idea. Besides, like I was saying before, when people pendulum into the kick, that's the main part they tend to miss is the hip coming in. So we're isolating that, and then when you add the pendulum back to
relaxation, what I'm doing is I
see the hip goes over.
I just drop my body.
And you drop it. Okay. So the shoulders can go into it. I wasn't emphasizing the shoulders because a lot of times people go too far. So all right. So one more time.
This is really a detail.
Whether your rear foot's going to kick forward, okay, this pendulum, and you're going to be hovering just, this is hard to show because it's stock frame like the Matrix and the camera circle. The foot will be hovering a few inches off the ground as you move in. That is where that drill we just did kicks in, okay? So it's not stepped hard, it should be right.
That's
so even if I did it slow, you
can
still feel the weight. It's just kind of
but it cost me.
because Bruce Lee was so small, he had to learn to hit with everything. Right? And that's great for us that are bigger. We can still use the same principle.
It cost me $1,500.
But you know, all this stuff from kicking from the quad,
so I'm
using one muscle.
Another question. So anyway, when we started these books again, and I said, well, we got the rights to them, Chris, and well, how much are royalties? How much am I getting up
standing heel, pointing like the sight on the gun down the center line.
The textbook,
okay, if you're here, your hip does not get over. There's still that crook in it. And you get this kind of thing. So it should be over. And back. And like I said, there are different ways to do it. This is the full one.
Yeah, what is mother-in-law?
Okay. One more, Jeremy. Could you say one more time?
Yeah.
That was the original move.
Well, yeah, that's part of it, and then his family came up there too. Anyway, these are really great. Back to punching. Okay, let's do the defense and the intercepting. And the best way to do that is to understand the difference in these other things there. Let me take these off because sometimes I forget it. Okay. So, who's fast?
Here.
This guy? Yeah, he's fast. He doesn't have much preparation either. Okay, so the best way to do this, to understand it, is to start with a hook punch. So if he was to throw a hook, don't kill me with that, okay, but you can go like that and throw it now. 1, 2. See? 1, 2. Now, anytime you got that, what happens is...
Excuse me, can we
what?
turn?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. 1, 2. So the problem with the 1, 2 is what?
It's 1 and 2. It's 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's time. Between the 1 and the 2, stuff can happen. Okay, stuff happens. So simultaneous is the Wing Chun idea. I'm going to go fast. Fast. There it is. Now see, simultaneous, but if I got both hands going at one time, I'm slow, all right? Now I'm going to show you the secret of why Bruce, the structure changed from Wing Chun to the Jeet Kune Do. And what happened was, if he punches and I do Tan, see my distance? What I want to do is I want to do this. So Tan became kind of out, all right? Got that? Now from here, when he comes in, fast, fast. So they see I'm not going simultaneous, I'm going, now it looks like I'm fast. Okay, no, just slow down. Because I'm not using this. Okay, I'm not using my hand. Watch again. See what I'm doing? Now go real fast. All right? It looks like I'm old, so I can't be fast. So what it is, see, my hand isn't going here. My rear foot, go ahead, and I hit him before he moves. Okay. It's just technique. It's not like this is anything special. See, from here, just boom, there it is. It's right there. So I'm not throwing it like this. If I throw it like that, it's too slow. If I go here simultaneous. So what I'm doing is go bam, hit, and then parry. So the best way to work this is go block, hit, simultaneous. Wing Chun, don't break your rhythm, it's too easy. Then, see I'm hitting and then parry. Hard to do straight punch when you're first learning, but you can do it if you just work on this first, all right?